So the AI Farmer app is a fascinating innovation for farmers in Africa. What were the key problems that you were aiming to solve for the agricultural community with this app? And how have the farmers actually responded to it so far?
Yeah, I think that's the right approach, which you phrased there in your question, was what was the problem we were trying to address? We've been having this problem of agricultural extension services and how to make agricultural extension services available to developing farmers and to family farmers in whole. Because you see, in South Africa, the overarching problem was we have about 530 registered agricultural extension practitioners, and we have about 284,000 farmers or family farmers that participate in the commercial market. So there were about 6 or 7 issues that just weren't addressed by normal means. The first one was institutional capacity. Usually these departments are underfunded and understaffed, and you've got inadequately trained agents that are struggling to make a real impact in the industry. If you look at that number that I just gave you, it's about 530 farmers to one extension officer. And if you are a new entrant into the agricultural industry, you need someone by your side to assist you with saying, look, this is where you are at the moment. I would suggest you use this type of fertilizer, or there's this new technology available, or we need to bring in some form of mechanization to help you overcome this hurdle. And throughout the world, every government in the world has within its Department of Agriculture, there is an agricultural extension department, because they know it is that crucial. Around the world, about 570 million family farmers are supported by agricultural extension services. So institutional capacity was the first issue. The second one was limited access to knowledge. I know of no farmer that is able to farm during the day and do research at night, to go through the latest policy documents, or to see what are the latest varieties and will that variety fit to his farming operations. We have language barriers. Here in South Africa, we have 11 official languages, and to match that agricultural extension officer with his specific type of expertise, with that farmer, with the problem that he faces, and then just trying to match the language barrier is already an issue. Resource constraints, again, not only do farmers not have the time to travel to large metros to visit these knowledge nodes where people are available to give them the advice. It's just, that from a spatial perspective, it's just not always possible. We have bad roads, electricity, all of that is an issue. Then the fifth one was about generic information. So we see that, the information that is disseminated at the moment are leaflets or pamphlets, and you cannot just tell a farmer, oh, you farm with maize in the Ermelo region, I would advise you do this. Every farming profile is different. Every soil type is different. Every climate is different from farm to farm. And for that, you need someone to assist the farmer and to address their specific problems on their specific piece of land. Then the supervision of agricultural extension agents. Again, as Andre said, this is not just about replacing people. This was to augment the current capability. And the best way to do that and to see whether it is actually working is by giving them an application where you can actually see if they are asking questions. You can see the sentiment of the types of questions, if they are getting irritated, if they are actually having a conversation with the AI. Because I think when it comes to adoption, we need a mind shift to take farmers and I think users in general from, this is not a Google search. It's not you search something and you get a list of results and then that's it, or you just have to read and hope it applies to your problem. We need to shift the user journey to, this is a conversation. Yes, you get an answer, but let's talk about it further. What don't you understand that was in that answer? Is there a word that you're not sure about? Have a full, robust conversation with the AI and with the answer that you were given. And the same goes for supervision. We want to see that agricultural extension officers, when they are unsure, that they ask the app, and that they click that copy button and that they send it via WhatsApp to the farmer. And then obviously, accessibility biases. If we talk about the democratization of information in South Africa, AI is the best example of that, because now for the first time, you can have access to the largest agricultural library in the world, and it's tailor-made to your problems. And a smallholder farmer or an entry farmer or a subsistence farmer can now have the same access to the type of richness of information as a big or large commercial farmer.
I'm thinking there's many use cases that we can actually do this in other applications as well. But I think in the banking industry, loaning farmers money they would want to know that there's some technology supporting this, that their investment is safe and that they are using the right techniques and getting the right advice. So I think this is amazing. Yeah, so I have a couple more questions, but I just want to, for the interest of time, I just want to get this on the day-to-day operations, get some insights from you, Francois. Many organizations struggle to capture the insights of their most experienced people. Okay, how did SAAI use the AI tool to make that expertise more accessible to the teams? And what difference has that made in the day-to-day operations for you guys?
Yeah, first of all, because we're a non-profit organization, we do not have the means to create experts in each of the fields when it comes to labor or when it comes to irrigation or veterinary sciences. So it was important for us, because AI Farmer is trained on a database that was purchased, that entails about 8,500 subcategories of South African agriculture. We knew we had a very good agricultural extension officer, and we could rely on that information because it was very rich. But then we also trained it on South African law. We trained it on labor relations issues. And those agents were able to, or are still able to, provide very good assistance to any type of inquiry that our members have, but also to assist us as the representatives of the organization to speak to them during the day and say, look, but a member has come to me with this issue. I think this is the answer, but can you just check for me in the relevant legislation? Or a new policy document just came out, 400 pages. We have to deliver comment on it, or we have to give our commentary in the media. Just give us a summarized version, and how does this align with our policy positions? So that actually just, again, augments our capacity, whether it is myself or the junior staff, to assist them to having access to large amounts of information quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. I think, we've also got a lot of organizations that have repositories of manuals, etc., that, people don't have access to, or they are filed in some SharePoint somewhere that is very difficult to find, the answers for you. So if you've got something like this, it's amazing. It really does. And transfer of knowledge is way easier.